Picture this, you're driving through the mountains and suddenly blank. No service. You don't know where to go. Sure, Google Maps has an offline mode, but eventually it expires and you will have to, at some point, connect to the internet. And they don't really work that well, in my opinion. Oh man, what if you could only have a functional GPS without all that online connection thing? Well, you're lucky because today we're going beyond Google and Apple Maps to focus on other apps that can also give you navigation, but they can work offline. And pretty well, mind you. No, this video is not sponsored by any of them. I just want to give you some good alternatives. App number 1, my personal favorite, and one that I actually used a bunch of times before. Here we go. No, that's the name of the app. That I'm not. Yeah, you get the point. If you already know it but haven't checked it recently, like honestly me until I made this video, it is still 100% free of charge, which is amazing. I mean, thank God. And more good news, it is available to download on iOS, on Android, and yes, even on Huawei. My personal favorite feature in this app is that you can download any region, any country, or even any continent that you want. And yes, of course, it's gonna take up some space on your phone, but you know, either or, right? Either you lose money on the internet connection abroad or you get the maps on your phone. This app, of course, also works online, so you do not need to download these maps unless you need them. Once you flip the switch to offline, you will get seamless turn-by-turn voice guidance, speed limit alerts, lane assistance, and even route planning for driving, walking, or public transit. It uses your phone built-in GPS chip. That means it does not need the internet connection. A small tip, due to some local regulations, offline downloads are restricted in some areas. Actually, a couple countries like Japan and China. But for 95% of the world, it's gonna work just fine. Now, if you're not really sold on Here We Go, there's 2 other alternatives I'm gonna talk about in this video. We got Factor Navigator. It's another one of those free apps. It is open source. Now, a good thing about those maps is that this app is really well optimized, meaning that the maps will weigh a little bit less than on Here We Go. Now, the basic app is free, but they offer a premium version of it where you can get live traffic, map data, but for basic offline travel, you can also use that one. Now, our last participant in today's video, we've got Organic Maps. Another one 100% free and open source app. This one is a little bit more for people who like to hike or cycle or add zero tracking and pretty good privacy. Is it so good for those of you who love to walk, cycle, or hike? It maps out tiny paths that normal GPSs usually can ignore. So now let's jump into the actual comparison of all of these apps. We got a bunch of functions here that we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna explain all of them to you. So let's get to it. Free live traffic offline. What I meant by that is the live traffic online option free, or do you have to pay extra for it? Now, in Here We Go, on the online version, you got a free version of live traffic. However, on Map Factor, it's not free. It's only in the paid version of the app. And in the Organic Maps, the function doesn't even exist. When it comes to voice navigation being available on iOS, Android, Huawei, the basic version of the app being free, all of those apps have that in common. Now, moving on to the lane assistant, these functions can be only found in Here We Go and in Map Factor. Unfortunately, Organic Maps does not have that. When it comes to being helpful for their larger vehicles like trucks or RVs, this is where Map Factor comes in handy, because actually Here We Go and Organic Maps do not have that support. But if you are a truck driver, you can go ahead and get that Map Factor Navigator. And if we're talking file size of those maps that you actually downloaded for offline version, unfortunately, this is one of the features that Here We Go does not have. These maps are not very compressed. The files are pretty big. However, Map Factor and Organic Maps both are pretty dialed down when it comes to the file size. If we're speaking about hiking or just going outdoors in general, this is where Organic Maps come in the first place, because they actually have the support for the hiking trails. Unfortunately, Here We Go and Map Factor does not. And the very last thing, but also very much important when it comes to offline public transit. When you download those maps, you probably want to know, sometimes at least, if the public transportation is going to work for you. This is where Here We Go comes in the first place, because the offline public transit is available in the offline version of the app. And again, it's free, which makes it even better, right? Unfortunately, Map Factor nor Organic Maps do not support public transit in the offline version. Unless something changed that, you can always check online on all of those apps, websites, they all have some, so, you know, and I can always make an update. But as of today, this is the case. Bottom line is, don't risk to get lost, please, especially not in a foreign country that you don't even know. And paying massive data fees, which, you know, sometimes are a real problem for people, is not really worth it. Download one of these apps while you're still at home before your big travel, and travel safely. Let me know in the comments down below if you know any other alternatives and if you tried any of these apps. And as always, I love you and I'll see you in the very next video next week. Goodbye.